Shane to expose Dolly.
Just where are you going with this line of questioning, Mr. Warren?
Your Honor, I'm just trying to show what kind of people Josh Lewis and Reva Shane really are. How they drove my client to perpetrate each of these crimes. How they drove her through their immoral machinations to this madness.
That's not true!
Young man, may I remind you this is a court of law.
But he can't talk about my parents like that!
Please take your seat and answer the question.
But he's lying!
I don't want to have to ask you this again.
I'm sorry to upset you, Shane. I didn't mean to. But you have to admit there may be a thing or two you don't know, huh? You okay to answer some more questions?
I'm fine.
Okay, good. Now, do you know a cousin Dolly?
Sure I do.
Has she ever visited you?
Once.
Why only once?
Because she lives in Europe.
Where is she now?
She went back.
She went back. I see. Have you ever visited her there?
No.
Well, how do you know she lives there?
Because my parents told me.
And your parents wouldn't lie to you, would they, Shane?
No, they wouldn't.
Now, tell me something. What did cousin Dolly look like?
She was pretty.
Did she look a lot like your mom?
Stop it! Stop it right now. Order! Order in the court! Please refrain from another outburst like that, Miss Shane, or I will have you removed from this courtroom.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but my son had nothing to do with the crimes that woman committed.
Please sit down.
Just ask me any question you want. Just leave him out of this.
Take your seat now, or I will have you held in contempt. Do you understand, Miss Shane?
Reva, that's enough. Let it go.
How can you ask me to let this go? You know where this is headed, Joshua. And if we don't stop them, they're going to destroy our family.
Your Honor, I think we could all use a recess about now. Unless, Doris, you have any objections.
I have no objection.
Young man, you may step down. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, at this time, we will recess for 1 hour.
All rise.
I'm sorry, Mama. I couldn't let him say those things about you.
It's okay.
I'm really sorry.
You did fine, son.
Really?
Yes.
You sure did.
We're very proud of you.
Yes, we are.
This is it.
It's a gamble, but I think we've got to go for it, Ben.
Wait a minute, what kind of a gamble? What does this cousin Dolly have to do with me or any of this?
Cousin Dolly is your ticket to freedom.
Cassie, would you mind looking after Mara and Shane for a minute? There's something we have to do. Sure. I didn't just come out and tell Blake everything.
It's okay, Cassie. Whatever Ben thinks he knows about Dolly, we'll deal with it.
You know me, Alan, I don't like surprises. Will you just tell me what's going on, please?
Josh engineered the cloning of his own wife.
Alan, please. This is me standing here. Just tell me what's going on here. Cut to the chase, please. The truth.
I'm telling you the truth. I met her. I talked with her, and she told me how she came to exist.
And you really believe this happened?
Did you see how upset Reva was when Shane was about to testify? Now, if this is a hoax, why was she so nervous, huh?
Wait a minute. Is this the big secret that you and Ben have been trying to keep from me?
Annie, Josh was insane with grief when he thought that Reva had died.
Oh, my God. He loved her enough to make a copy of her. He loved her that much?
Yes, he loved her that much.
And if you think we're going to let you grill our son up there on the stand, you're crazy.
You can tell that to the judge, Miss Shane.
Put me on the stand. I'll answer any questions you have about any member of our family.
Well, that's a very nice offer. But you know, I find children so honest. They have this incredibly charming way of telling the truth.
Unlike you.
I know what the truth is, Miss Shane, and I believe your son's answers will lead me directly to what I am seeking. And if he can't do it, then your daughter will.
Just stay away from our kids.
You know, you do have the power to stop this right now. You just have to decide what's more important. Punishing Annie or protecting your children from your lies.
There were 2 Rivas, and you didn't tell me?
Annie, sometimes I think it's best that you don't know everything that's going on.
And Ben is going to blast the jury with that information, right? Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Let's just hope he doesn't have to use it.
Why do you say that? They would throw the book at Josh for something like that.
Yes, and then Josh will pick the book up and throw it right back at you. If this information gets out in court, that opens up all kinds of windows, Annie. I mean, Riva and Josh could have you prosecuted for attempted murder.
Only if they can prove it.
Yes,
Alan.
it's a very big if. But why do we have to go there? Why not use the clone as leverage to make Josh and Riva back off?
Well, they do just about anything to keep this information from getting out, right?
Well, they will do
just don't give a
anything.
damn who you hurt to get what you want, do you?
Philip, what are you talking about?
I warned you not to do this. I warned you to keep a leash on Ben Warren, but you just couldn't do it, could you? No, you let him go after my wife, and now you're letting him go after children. And for what? Now, this is the part that really amazes me. For what? To protect a woman who has professed her undying love for Josh Lewis in open court.
No, whatever Josh and I had in the past is over and done with. Don't try and twist the testimony.
Let me tell you something, Dad. The only reason that I stayed out of this up till now is because I figured it was your life. It's your problem. But you know what? You made it my problem.
And guess what, Philip? There is not a damn thing you can do about it.
Oh, we'll see.
Annie, wait.
Let her go! God! Gee.
Alan, Philip is right. Annie's not worth it. I mean, she stood right up in court and literally professed to the world her love for Josh
Annie.
Lewis. That's not going to change, Alan.
Don't you even profess to understand the relationship I have with Annie Dutton, Vicky, all right?
Alan, she's using you. You can't tell me that you're even thinking of allowing her back into our home after what she said.
Our home? My home. And I decide who stays and who goes.
I'm just trying to help.
Yes, well, you can help me by doing this. By leaving the home. My home. The sooner, the better.
What did you say?
You heard what I said. I want you to move out.
I can't believe this. After everything I've done for you, you're gonna just throw me out?
I think it would be better for all involved, don't you?
No! Alan, you can't do this.
I just did.
You just made one big mistake, Alan.
What do you want?
I just want you to tell the truth.
Your version of the truth.
No, see, I can forget all about Cousin Dolly. All you have to do is get up on the stand and admit you drove Annie to do all those terrible things.
Over my dead body.
If you wish.
If you think we're going to let you stand up in there and help Annie walk out of this mess, you've been hanging out with her too long, because that's not going to happen.
Riva, why don't you go check on Shane, make sure he's okay?
I think I will.
You don't want to go after my family.
What's my alternative?
Well, you see, if you continue to bring up Dolly, you're going to create a whole new situation that I just don't think you're prepared to deal with.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. We'll have nothing left to protect, nothing left to hide. I'm going to have to explain to the court why it is that I thought my wife was dead in the first place. I'm going to have to tell them how Andy kidnapped Riva, how she held her at gunpoint, left her to die on a plane. I don't think your client wants that exposed to the world right now, do you?
It would be Annie's word versus Riva's, wouldn't it? And besides, if you had any real proof about what happened on that plane, you would have used it by now, wouldn't you? So, what's your alternative?
You know something, Blake? Your boyfriend deserves a special place in hell. He's just doing his job. No, he's trying to bury us. Some job. I'm sorry, Riva. I don't get it. Annie tried to hurt you too. And you don't have a problem with him defending her? I do. It's just what?
Alan promised Ben certain things.
What things?
Alan promised Ben that if he got Annie off, he would bring him into the company.
Spaulding. Oh, my God. Alan promised him Lewis Oil.
Riva, Ben told me it was to keep Joshua from running it into the ground.
And you believed every twisted word of his? You're living in a dreamland, Blake. Better yet, a nightmare. Ben is blackmailing us. He's going after my children. He taped Cassie confessing a family secret, and he's going to use that to take us down.
What?
That's what I just said. He taped Cassie.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. So don't stand there and try to defend the man to me. My family is his target. You're simply his fool.
Why was Mr. Warren asking all those questions about Cousin Dolly?
He just needs to find out some things about the family, that's all. You know what? Why don't you guys go and see if you can find Aunt Cassie? Maybe she can get you something to drink.
Thanks, guys.
How'd it go?
About how you'd expect.
I guess it's time to go to Plan B, huh?
Yeah, you go ahead. I'll keep an eye on her.
Pause you for a second. First, let me tell you that I'm sorry about what my father's done to your family. It's unforgivable.
You know what? I appreciate that, Philip. I do. But we're dealing with it. We're going to be okay.
Well,
So,
I know you're going to be okay.
excuse me.
No, just hang on a second. You're going to be okay. Just a minute. Not now, Vicky.
I'm sorry. I really need to talk to you now.
That's what, we'll continue this.
It's all right.
Okay?
Sure. Thank you.
What? You want to talk to me about my father? We don't have anything to discuss.
I think you're going to want to hear this.
What?
Now, I heard you talking earlier, and you're right. Alan needs to be brought back under control.
Okay, fine. Well, we finally have something to agree.
I know how to do it.
You do?
Yes, but you have to promise before I say anything that no one will ever know that this came from me.
Okay. You have my word. Why the sudden change of heart?
I have been nothing but loyal to that man, and what do I get in return? An eviction notice.
What happened?
He basically threw me out. He told me that the Spaulding mansion was not big enough for Annie and me. I need to be out on my own.
Welcome to the reality of life as a Spaulding.
Yeah, well, it's his house, and he can kick me out. But I can kick back. Come with me. Come on.
Okay.
My son Shane is the one who does it.
Ready to take a little stroll down memory lane, Annie?
What is this about, Riva?
Well, you know, we Lewises in our home movies.
I have no desire to see the best of
There
Bud
it
and
is.
Riva. Thank you
Well,
very
what
much.
about The Darkest Deed of Annie Dutton? How's that sound to you?
You'll never get away with this. You'll never get away with killing me, Annie.
Look familiar?
That's impossible.
Actually, it's a tape. The tape you made on the little airplane ride we took together. You remember? The one that proves that you tried to kill me?